What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft 1.8.9. Oh yeah, guys. So, last episode we were setting up some stuff over here. Yeah, we checked out the easy storage mod. We made ourselves a condensed storage box. But as it turns out, we were quickly going through that space with all the mining I've been doing. Yeah, I've been doing some resource collecting off camera. You see here, we're over 4,000, and that's what the condensed storage box gave us. So I made a second one. So we have two of them. We can double our storage space up to 8,000, but then we were quickly running out of space for that too. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, as it turns out, all the cobblestone that I've been mining down here was taking up a lot of space. So I ended up making myself a compacting drawer from the storage drawers mod. This is a really cool item. You put in something that compresses into like 9. So like, for instance, if you put iron ingots in there, you'd have iron ingots and iron blocks available. In this case, we're putting in cobblestone, so we get cobblestone, compressed cobblestone, and then double compressed cobblestone. So that's really awesome. Yeah, ingots actually turn into blocks and nuggets, now that I'm remembering correctly. So you can get all three of those out just by putting ingots in, or blocks in, or nuggets in. So it's really, really awesome. So yeah, like I said, we're running out of storage space. I made myself another condensed storage box, and then most of the space was taken up by that cobblestone. So I made the compacting drawer over here. There is also compact gravel, so when our gravel supply starts getting a little out of control, we can do the same thing, pull that out of the system, move it over here, and everything's going to be happy. We'll have the compressed and double compressed gravel, which is pretty awesome. So down here, I've been doing a bunch of mining, guys. Yeah, I took a day, I did some mining. I didn't want to record this. It just takes so long to manually go through here. Even with the hammer, with a little bit of haste upgrades on it, it does take a minute to go through all this, but we were able to collect enough lapis that we can get Fortune 3 on our hammer. So yeah, we can Fortune 3 things now, which is pretty awesome. This also does have looting 3 on it, so if we ever run into an enemy like an enderman or something, we want more ender pearls, we can smack it with the hammer a little bit. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So yeah, I've gone down just a little bit. It doesn't look super far, but it's taken a while. With all the different blocks and stuff you got to mine out, and then I go back and I fill in every single block. Yeah, that's just the way I do it. I don't like having monsters spawning in the branch mine. Otherwise, yeah, it's just not good. You get that random creeper sneaking up on you when you're not expecting it. These torches are placed so far apart that no monsters can spawn in here. I just hit F7. It brings up the little red X's. We've seen that before. Hit F7. When there's no light, monsters can spawn. The torches are placed in such a position where there's no red X's around here. Now at the very end of this mine, I saw there was like a little cave and some liquid down here. I was like, what is this? I was like, I couldn't tell what this is, so I went down here. Yeah, it like is really thick. You can't jump out of it. I'm stuck. Yeah, as it turns out, you can just break a block and then jump out that way. It takes a minute for it to flow over. This is build craft oil. If we hit the number 0 on our number pad, we can go to what am I looking at? Whala. Couldn't see that for some reason. So anyway, we can do that, and we can look at the fluid down here, and it says tile block fluid oil.name from BC Energy. So it is build craft oil is what it looks like. We'll turn that back off. Okay, so that's what that is. I didn't really explore down here too much. That stuff is just kind of nasty to deal with. So I'm leaving that there. We might use this for a little bit of early game power once we get to that point. We also do have a little bit of oil that was in our lake outside, or whatever that is, a pond. I don't know. So yeah, we do have a little bit of oil like over here. It's kind of hard to see actually. We saw like that oil spout coming up. Yeah, so we have more oil over here. And usually with these things, if you go down, there's like a huge sphere of oil down below. So yeah, when we need power, we'll probably look at that unless there's something else in this mod pack that'll make power that much easier. So, we kind of set up this spot over here where we have our smelter and we have our mine, and we put down some chests and some storage and stuff. Is that really a base? Not really. It's kind of a hole in the wall with some things in it. I kind of want to set up, you know, little places here and there around and make this whole area our base. That could be like our mining operation over there, and we could have, I don't know, like farms over here. I was kind of looking in this general direction. This is where that oil is. We have like a complete island right here where no monsters can get to us, or at least they can't, you know, walk across the water to us, right? They go into the water and they might swim over. I don't know. Anyway, so this is kind of like a safe, secluded spot. Well, safe-ish anyway. So I'm thinking what we could do is set up like a tree farm here. We can have a place where trees are automatically grown. Maybe it's all self-sustained, like it keeps itself powered. There's a mod in this mod pack called Progressive Automation. We've used this before in some other mod packs. I think Agrarian Skies had it or something. But yeah, it's got things in it where you can just feed a charcoal and a stone axe and it'll chop down trees for you automatically. That sounds like something I would like to take a look at. There's also been an update to this xbPacked mod pack since the last time I recorded. It has a new mod in here with a better storage option, in my opinion, called Storage Networks, I think. Storage something. What is it? Storage Network. I think you type the mod without any space for it to work like that. So yeah, we got a lot of different stuff. This is kind of like Applied Energistics as far as I can tell. I looked at like a little mod spotlight on it. This seems like it's going to be a better way of getting everything hooked up. I don't know how expensive this mod is. So it's link cables and gold, and the link cables are iron and stone slabs. That's not so bad. We're going to need a cable master. I guess this is like the ME controller if you want to think about it that way. It does require quartz though, so we're going to have to go to the Nether if we're going to get this thing hooked up. But this would be a good way to move items around. Like the tree chopper is going to be chopping wood, but we need a place to store that. We also need to provide this thing, I believe, with charcoal or coal. What's up, Hypno? Yeah, the mod author gave me a little shout out in this mod. We click off there again, click back on there. It just says not ready, needs fuel. Yeah, the first time I set this down, it does that. What's up? So anyway, we put in like coal or whatever, and that powers this machine. I think you can put in like an RF generator. It's been a while. Progressive or an RF engine, I think is what it's called. RF engine. Add to the fuel slot to power a machine with RF. Yeah, I think that's how that worked. Anyway, we can go ahead and just power this off charcoal. It's going to be chopping down trees, powering itself. I think that's going to work. It has an inventory that will fill up over time, so we'll need to pull out the trees, right? The logs. We need to put in coal or charcoal in this case, and then I think we're also going to need an expander card for this. That's what these different ones are. I don't really remember how much they expand out, so we might go with the stone or the iron card. I don't think we need to go all the way up to the diamond. Definitely can't do the wither because we don't have that. Yeah, it looks like these cards get a little bit more expensive the higher up the tier. Cool. So first things first, I need to go over to the island and clear out some trees so we have some space to work. I'm going to make some of the storage network cabling and the various blocks and things like that we need to get going with this. I haven't tested this mod at all. Like I said, I just saw a spotlight on it. So we'll be kind of derping around trying to get this thing working. I'm sure it won't be that difficult to do. But yeah, let me get some stuff done, guys, and we'll be right back. So this is the second time I've seen one of these things, guys. This is a Kendril Knight. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, it's like a dirt block. It looks like a dirt block until you move it, or I'm sorry, until you try and dig it, and then it starts moving on you. It acts just like, I guess, a magma cube, right? Anyway, yeah, I was just trying to dig out a little spot here so we can make ourselves a portal to the Nether. I was just digging out a piece of dirt. Oh, I killed him. Like, it respawned? Does this thing not die? He dead? Okay, I guess it has a few different lives or something. Anyway, I was trying to dig out this little spot right here so we can set up another portal. There's another one. Dang it. Ender Zoo, what are you doing to us? Okay, can I just place down some blocks now? Yeah, we're trying to make a portal to the Nether so we can get the Nether quartz like we need. That, and then we should just be able to do one of those. There we go. Yeah, it says grass block. That's grass. That's not dirt, even though it looked like it was dirt. Yeah, we had a whole line of these things here. That's so weird. Okay, and it doesn't look like those things ever drop anything either. Anyway, we'll put that dirt back here. So we're gonna go to the Nether. We need to get the Nether quartz so we can do some stuff. Yeah, what was it? The storage network. We want Nether quartz so we can make the cable controller or whatever the item is called like that. Yeah, we need 4 blocks of Nether quartz for that. while I'm here, I'm going to try and mine up a little bit more. We don't have a jetpack or anything like this, so this is kind of scary. We can't really go around too much. I'm not sure if there's anything else here worth noting. Another thing I'm kind of curious is if we can vein mine the netherrack. No, we can't. Okay. So we got lava lake, a huge lava lake. We got some glowstone over there. Okay, we don't have a jetpack, so kind of scared. I was gonna say this netherrack looks different, but I guess that's because like the blocks are turned or whatever. We have that in this pack, right? What is that? It looks like quartz, but it's got black. This pack does have, let's see, video settings, the alternate blocks, yeah, where it turns the textures a little bit. Or I guess it's not necessarily this pack, it's this version of Minecraft. Okay, well anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go through here. Ardite, nice. Can use that. I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of nether quartz. I should probably, you know, mark the location over a portal. But yeah, we got fortune 3, so we should be able to collect a decent amount of this stuff rather quickly. Yeah, we already had 24. We'll just turn those into blocks. We got 6 blocks right now. That's pretty awesome. A little bit more quartz here. But anyway, yeah, let me go ahead and collect a little bit of this nether quartz, and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I returned safe and sound from the nether, and I started making some of these different bits and pieces that we need to check out this storage network mod. So we have the request table, which is essentially like your, I guess that would be the ME terminal, if this was applied energistics, if this is the equivalent. So we can put down the request table here. You can't do anything with it just yet. You need to get yourself a cable master. So we can put a cable master right here. I guess that'd be like the controller, for instance. So we just need to link the two using a link cable so they're touching each other, and now they're part of the network. We can click on here, and now we can see there's like stuff. We got buttons. I don't really know. I guess that's probably the different ways of sorting the different items. But yeah, this isn't connected to anything. So if we take this, we can connect it to our compacting drawer, for instance. We'd need a storage cable to connect to a storage unit. So you can see that it has a different connection, like it is in fact connected. Now, if we right click on this table, we can see all of the different stuff in that storage drawer, the compacting drawer. So that's pretty awesome. So you want 26 double compressed cobblestone? Got them. Yeah, and we can send them right back just by putting them in this slot. There are upgrades and stuff that you can upgrade this stuff with. I don't know how the upgrades work. Okay, if you shift right click, or I guess you just right click on this. There looks like a priority maybe. Yeah, priority. I don't know what this is, white or blacklist, I assume. Anyway, it looks like you got different upgrades for this. I saw the mod does have like speed upgrades and stuff. I don't know if that is specifically for like the import and export cables. Maybe that's how that works. Stack upgrade, stock upgrade. Yeah, there's all sorts of different things that you can get for this. But that's the basis of how this works. So you have the request table, like your ME interface. You have the cable master, like the controller. And then you just have storage cables. These have to connect to every single thing that has storage. Now, I was trying to connect this over to our storage core. Doesn't seem to work. This cable does not connect there. Nope. So it doesn't connect to that thing. So I don't know how we can get this thing to work. It doesn't connect to the condensed storage box either. Maybe there's another one of the items in the easy storage. One of these other things that it might connect to, like maybe the output port or the input port or a crafting box or search box. I honestly don't know, but I like this a little bit better since we can actually search for something. If we want to double compress, there it is. We got it. So this is pretty awesome. So it's like applied energistics kind of. No power required. Awesome. No channels. Awesome. Cool. So we got that figured out. So I want to use this mod in conjunction with the progressive automation so we can do a tree farm, something simple. We want to be able to store items. We want to be able to put items into our stone chopper. We want to put the coal in. We want to take out the saplings, the extra ones, and the logs, right? Cool. So let's go ahead and get a few more things together. I'm going to clear out the island over here where I think we're going to set that up, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we're going to be trying some things here. I haven't done this previously, so we're going to be using some mods together and hopefully hooking them up in such a way that's going to make sense. So we got a stone chopper here. I already made this up previously. We look at the interface here, it just says range 1. What that means is if we put saplings into this slot and it starts planting them, it's only going to plant them in one spot. right? That's not very much. I went ahead and I made 8 upgrades, stone upgrades. You need stone for the stone machines, iron for the iron machines. This is a stone version, so we're using the stone upgrades. Now, each one of these upgrades increases the range by 1. I made 1 too many of these. We should have only made 7 of them. So I'll put in that in there, so we got a range of 8. So that should plant saplings in the 8 surrounding blocks. I'm pretty sure. Let's try this out. We'll put in a food pellet, or a fuel pellet, and our stone hatchet here. Yeah, so it plants those all around the stone chopper. I don't know if I put in this thing. I haven't tried. If that will plant another one. Let's put in another fuel pellet. Yeah, it plants it one more further away. So I don't know how far out that extends. Like if there's a maximum range. I haven't really tried this yet. So that's how that works. I don't really want that planting the one sapling right there. Not until we get, you know, like however many more. We need to go all the way around here. And we have 2 rings. But anyway, we will plant that right there. Or I guess place that there. I'm going to place the fuel pellets in here. And I'm not going to put the axe in here just yet. But it looks like it can use our stone hatchet, our tinker's tool, which is awesome. So we don't have to worry about making a whole bunch of disposable ones. We can make a whole bunch of like stone hatchets or something. And it'll use those. Okay, cool. So now we got that handled. We got the planting and the harvesting. We need to provide this thing with fuel, and we need to get the stuff out of it. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this. We're going to want a chest somewhere that's got like the fuel pellets, or it's going to have coal in it, for instance. We're going to need a storage cable to attach that to the network. So we'll do something like this. We're going to want another chest over here, or some other type of storage that's going to contain the logs and the saplings and stuff. All right, so I assume we can set the whitelist filter on these things. I guess we're going to have to do some kind of link cables in order to get this going. Something like that. Didn't we see that before? Do we need the network controller, or do I have to click on this? Do we need the cable master in order for us to do that? I haven't tried this yet. Yeah, okay, so as soon as that's attached, we can right click and then we can set the whitelist, I suppose. So we're going to want the whitelist on this one to be coal. For now, we'll probably add charcoal in here once we get that hooked up. If we get that hooked up, I don't know. Everything else should go to this chest. I believe that's how that works. Maybe we should also set the priority higher. Okay, anyway, so coal will only go in here. Everything else is going to go into this chest. We need this hooked up to this machine to provide saplings. So I guess we can put... we're probably going to want to whitelist well, I guess we don't necessarily need to whitelist it. So we put saplings here, and we're going to want to get underneath this machine. Yep. All right, so now we have an import and an export. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this. If we're going to be able to do this all from the bottom, if 2 of these cables can go in one spot. I kind of feel like you can't put 2 in the same spot. Yeah, you can't place 2 here. It's not like Ender IO. Okay, so we can we can export stuff in through the bottom. We're still going to have to import stuff. So I kind of feel like we're going to need to remove one of those extra cables. Or I'm sorry, one of the extra upgrades. We're going to lose a spot essentially for this. For the chopper. Yeah, we're going to have like a cable attached right there, right? So we'll do an import cable on the side. Like so. We have our export down there. And that thing just... So I guess the dirt randomly turns into monsters. And I'm going to die. Okay, we're fine. Nobody panic. So the dirt randomly turns into monsters. I wasn't sure how that was working, but that appears to be how it works. All right, so we got that hooked up. We also need the request table. I suppose we could stick that like right here. All right, guys. So I was playing around with this tree farm for a little while. Oh, looks like we got a big one that grew here. Yeah, I was playing around with this for a little while, and I couldn't figure out how to get the export and the import cables to working. As we saw before, we can see the inventory. We can pull stuff in and out of the inventory like so. Doesn't require power, right? Well, as it turns out, putting items into something and taking items out of something does require power. Yeah. I was looking at this cable master. If you right click on it, you can see that all the different connections, the cables, the import, the export, the request. And I saw at the top RF0 out of 32,000. I was like, oh, that's weird. Why does that have power? So I went to a creative world. I was testing this out. Yeah, sure enough, as soon as you give this thing power, it starts importing and exporting like it should. Okay, so I just made myself a stone generator. This is also from Progressive Automation. It's not super bad. You can just use like andesite or whatever. You can use stone if you have silk touch, but yeah, being that we get like diorite and andesite and granite and all that stuff pretty quickly just from mining, I used andesite. RF engine, which is just redstone, some gold, and some irons, not that bad. And then you need a wood generator, which is another RF engine, another block of redstone, and then a furnace and 6 logs. So yeah, I went ahead and made this. It's not that difficult to do. So we'll place the generator right next to our cable master. We're gonna give this thing a export. Yeah, an export cable. Okay, and we want to export. We're gonna use these fuel pellets. You can put a piece of coal or charcoal in your grid, in your crafting grid, and you get 8 of those. Each one of these burn for 200 ticks, I think is what it is. And coal is 1600. So anyway, it's the exact right amount for 200 per. You don't lose or gain anything for it. It's just a smaller unit of fuel. Okay, so we're using the fuel pellets to export. I have some already over here in this chest that should be exporting into this thing as soon as it gets power. So the only thing we should have to do is just provide this one fuel pellet to get started. Yeah, there we go. Now it's exporting all the different pellets into here. It should be importing and exporting saplings into this thing. I actually just got done resetting up all these and making the wires a little bit nicer. So you can put an import bus, or sorry, the export bus right there. Oh no, I have that on the wrong one. Export bus right there. It should start putting saplings. Whoop! Saplings in the wrong space. Stop putting things there. Okay, so fuel pellets go here. This thing requires fuel to chop down the trees and to plant the saplings and stuff like that. We want, let's see, so export, we want to import fuel pellets down here, not the saplings. I can't seem to get this out of here. There we go. We need to get some fuel pellets over here. So this thing will put the fuel pellets in the correct spot, like so. So this should be filling up with fuel pellets, I believe. Maybe someday. Oh, I put in the wrong one again. Dang it. Getting the import and the export confused. Okay, so we're exporting from the system into here. We're exporting saplings, and we're going to be importing. Well, we want to import something besides fuel pellets, right? So we want to import wood. We want to import saplings, all of that kind of stuff. So all the saplings that's going to mine is going to go here until this fills up with a stack. Then I assume all the other stuff goes over here, and then we will pull those into the system. So we have oak wood here, and our import bus is set to pull in oak wood. Oh, that's set to blacklist. So we'll whitelist those. Okay, now it's all out of there. So we should start seeing wood coming into the system over here. Yeah, there's 18. It's using some fuel. There's 20. So ideally, I think what we would want set up over here is like a storage drawer controller where the storage cable connects to that. Then we can have storage drawers filled up with saplings and logs and things like this. For right now, this is gonna work. I don't know if there's any better. Is there iron chests in this mod? Or in this mod pack? Yeah, we have iron chests. So I could make myself like a diamond chest that's got a lot of space. And then we'll be able to store a lot of stuff in here for this thing to put, yeah, wood and stuff into. I'm noticing that it is in fact dropping saplings around, which is kind of concerning to me. It might not do that all the time. It might just be because we have the super big trees and like the leaves extend all over the place or whatever. I think we're going to be fine because this should be filling up with saplings, I do believe. I'm going to have to keep my eye on this and make sure everything's working like it should. But yeah, eventually when that fills up, we should get saplings over here. We're going to need a way to actually get the fuel pellets made. I don't know if there's a way to auto craft and put those into this thing directly from like a furnace or whatever. But another thing we can do is set up a furnace, export the logs into that furnace, and then import the charcoal into some kind of an auto crafting system. All right, guys, so I've done a few more things here. I'm trying to get auto crafting happening. So I set up a furnace. Yeah, we are exporting wood, the oak wood, into the top of the furnace. We are going to be importing from the side Actually, I think we need to do that. We're going to be importing from the side charcoal, right? So that's going to be imported into the system. And then on the bottom side, we have another export bus, and we're exporting fuel pellets. So we're putting fuel here. We are importing. Oh, you know what? Okay, I think that might be a problem. Do we have a piece of charcoal over here? Give me this one. I need to set a filter on this to... Actually, we want to blacklist importing fuel pellets. That's what we want to do. We got kind of a loop happening right here. Let's do this. So it's going to import everything but fuel pellets. So it should be importing charcoal, you would think. Anyway, I have these two storage cables. These are set to blacklist charcoal. So pretty much what I'm trying to do is import the charcoal into our crafter. I made an RF tools crafter. I've tried a few different methods for getting this to work. I've tried a storage cable. I've tried using an export bus from pulling from our inventory over here that we had. I don't know. Maybe it was because I have it blacklisted, nothing go in or come back out. So we want to whitelist charcoal over here. Maybe it's going to work now. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, pretty much what I want to do is have this furnace. We want to import the charcoal and directly send it over here. I don't want it going into this chest because I don't want stacks and stacks and stacks of charcoal. I wanted to use the amount of charcoal that we have, like up to 1 stack that this thing has made, and I want to convert that into fuel pellets, but I don't know if this is going to work the way I think it's going to work. So I'm going to do, let's unblacklist these. Let's get that out of here. So we should be importing the charcoal. Is that not importing? So an import thing, we're blacklisting that, so it should be importing the charcoal. Oh wait, the import comes from the bottom, doesn't it? That's right. Okay, that's where the confusion is. Yeah, on the vanilla furnaces, like these are set up for using hoppers. In order to pull an item out of this, we have to pull out of the bottom. Yeah, I keep getting confused. I would think this would be the middle, this would be the bottom, this would be the top. But yeah, these two spots are reversed. Right, so export and import, we need to redo those. All right, let's get this figured out real quick. So we're going to be importing from the bottom. That should be pulling out charcoal. And then we're going to be putting fuel pellets in from the side. Let's get rid of... Well, actually, I guess that doesn't matter. Fuel pellets. So we will import from the side fuel pellets only. We want those whitelisted. Okay, so that's filling up. That's sucking the charcoal out. So I wonder if I set the blacklist back here for the charcoal. That's going to do what we want it to do and go over here to our auto crafter. Yeah, it looks like we're getting stuff auto crafting over here, but I don't know. Yeah, it looks like everything's working correctly now. Yeah, that was my mistake. I got the sides of that thing all messed up. Okay, so we have the fuel pellets being put over here, but those aren't being imported back into the system. So this import cable on the side, we have a whitelisted for the fuel pellet. Maybe you can only import from the top. Yeah, there's still a few more things to work out here, but we got the tree farm set up. We got the furnace auto furnacing. Looks like we're out of fuel pellets for the bottom. I'm gonna have to get this thing hooked up. Most of this stuff is ready to go. Once I figure out the import and the export buses and all that stuff, we'll get it going. Also, the crafter for RF tools does require RF. So I have it set right next to our generator that we have over here, the stone generator. So this is providing power both to our cable master, and to the crafter tier 1. So yeah, we're getting power from both of to both of those from our one stone generator. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I tell you what, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. I thought I had this thing working. Now it's not working. I don't know. Well, I'll get it all figured out for next time. But yeah, it should be a pretty simple thing to get this thing hooked up the rest of the way. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.